Hello, welcome back to another day in the arena in our free-to-play, good times, silly, young CGB account. So, what are we up to today? Today, we've got a quest to attack with 30 creatures. That's mostly done. I think I'll hang on to that. We have 20 black or green spells. I'm going to re-roll it and go for something bigger, even though it does sync up with our other quest. I really want a 750 gold. And we did blue or black spells. So this says black and green. This says blue or black. Black is the common one, and attacking with 30 creatures. It seems like the best way to grind today's event is a black deck, a black aggressive deck. Let's see what we have in our collection that can do that kind of work. Probably something on the zombie theme. And right away, what stands out to me is we got some Diregraph Ghouls, a Pilfering Imp. Yep, seems like an aggressive black deck might be exactly what the doctor ordered for today. Grab a couple of these cards that are pretty good. Like Fungal Infection's pretty good, Pilfering Imp's good, okay. Rats are much better, I think, but gotta pick. Then we can grab our like 2-drop zombies. This Blood Operative is probably not good without Surveil cards in my deck, so I'll have to keep an eye out if I have those. We got some Death Barons. Whether or not to run Death Bloom Thallid, interesting. I believe, now that I think about it, we got that black-green quest. We did get that black-green deck. Hold on. Maybe that's where we need to be. Let's go back. Let's go back. Sorry, I just launch right into things sometimes without thinking. Yeah, we got our Sapperling Swarm deck. Let's have a look at it. So it's kind of a sacrifice and overrun type of build. It's already built for us. It's got a Twilight Prophet, it's got a Whisper, it's got some Poison Tip Archers and a Torgar, it's got a Verdant Force. This is the card that stands out the most. It's way too expensive and wrong for the deck. But let's look around and see if we have any other cards that we could add. Adding the Rat isn't bad. These value type cards where you enter the battlefield, get something from them. Making the opponent discard a card is often better than getting something like a 2/2 zombie, as taking cards away from the opponent is pretty good. So I'm thinking about adding that. I may also want this Cast Down. I know that Vicious Offering goes with the sacrifice theme, but it can't hit something big with more than 5 toughness, and sometimes you don't want to sacrifice your creature. So I'm thinking the Cast Down and the Rats are candidates for the deck. As I look around, we have the Mausoleum Secrets. Like, what black card could we fetch with it? You have to have creature cards in your graveyard. We do run 22 creatures here. That's not an overwhelming number. It might be asking a bit much, but it's an interesting card that might be worth trying out. I'm just going to leave it on the sideline because it doesn't excite me very much, to be honest. The Midnight Reaper, though, now this is exactly what we want in a sacrifice deck. Whenever a creature dies, it deals 1 damage to us, and we draw a card. Drawing more cards is a good thing. And yeah, we want that in the deck. No question there. Looking around, Vraska's Contempt is another great removal spell that probably belongs in the deck and should be added. We have 2 Gruesome Menageries. These are interesting. If we can... We don't have any 1-drops, but if we can find some 1-drops to play, then we have some amount of good 2-drops, and we definitely have good 3-drops. Making a Gruesome Menagerie deck might be an interesting choice now. And right away, I see a 1-drop. We've got these Llanowar Elves hanging out. We can get those in the 1-drop spot. Then in the 2-drop spot, to get back with Gruesome Menagerie, we're just looking around to see if there's any other creatures. There's Elvish Rejuvenator, but we already have plenty of 3s, I think. Yeah, some very good ones, too. Well, I mean, really, I'm talking about my Midnight Reaper. But this could be fun. There is a Carnage Tyrant and a Galta. Both could be slotted into the deck, because once you go really wide and create big creatures, playing cards out like Galta and Carnage Tyrant can really help steal the game. They are a bit expensive, though. Maybe the Galta, because I do think that if we're building a wide board with a lot of creatures doing that job, then we'll get to use it. Glowspore Shaman's pretty good as it puts things into the graveyard, and Finebroker's good as it gets things back. Let's see, all while putting bodies on the battlefield that you can use for various things. Do we have any Golgari Guildgates in our deck? We have 4 Foul Orchards, but no Guildgates. This is the first opportunity we've had to see how many tap lands we want to run. I think I'll add at least 2 more. I don't want any mana problems, that's for sure. It's really tempting to have even more than that, to be honest, because yeah, I get very worried about mana here, but we'll see. All right, so we got way too many cards. What can we cut? Maybe Fungal Infection isn't very necessary. We'll stick to like some Cast Down, some Vicious Offering, and we've got a Vraska's Contempt. We're not really a deck that's built around removing the opponent's creatures very much. We'll make a second offering. Costly Plunder, sacrificing a card to draw 2 cards is pretty on theme. I don't want to cut that until I absolutely have to. The Thallid, the Sapherd, the Slimefoot, the Rite of Belzenlock. Yeah, it's all pretty good. The Whisper is just not a card I'm very fond of, or Path of Discovery for that matter. And then the Spore Swarms, while you'd think that that would be working well with the token strategy, is not really what I don't know. It doesn't look that great to me with only 1 Tendershoot Dryad in the whole deck. So I think I'm going to cut the Swarms. I can keep the Poison Tips though, maybe. Torgar is a card I'm not a fan of. Verdant Force I'm not a fan of. Now, how's our creature count? 27. Lots of creatures. That's what you want. Do I need to be plundering them? I don't think so. I can sacrifice. I can get better effect out of them just attacking and blocking. I don't need to sacrifice them to get them in the graveyard. Still love my Omnivore. Just making a few more cuts here. I don't know. I just... I want to love you. I just don't know, though. And I want most of my creatures to be able to be gotten back by the Menagerie. But maybe the Menagerie is just trying too hard, to be honest. It's a lot of value, but so is a lot of our cards here. Yeah, I'm going to pull out the Menageries. Feels a little bad. But I think we got a deck now. They're going 25 land on this. With Llanowar Elves, I don't think I need that, to be honest. Maybe I can fit in the Menagerie. Alrighty, let's give it a try. We've got 5 drops and a lot of 4 drops in our deck with 23 lands, which isn't great, but I'm counting on Llanowar Elves to get me there. And we've got a Glowspore Shaman as well. Alright, let's go get mana screwed. I think I'm a little land light, which isn't a good practice, but I want to try all of these cards quite a bit. Let's get our grind on. Quests. Questies. Okay. Tap land, elf, tap land, and stuff. As long as the elf doesn't die, life is great. Our opponent went down to 6. Let's see if they can keep their 6-card hand. They can. They scry to the bottom. Could be a sign that they have some troubles. But we're going to have troubles if our elf dies. Green-white. Knight of Grace. Well, at least they're not colors that typically kill elves very well. Hold on to your butts. Temple Garden, take 2. Arcane Encyclopedia. Ooh, it's a value deck. Another starter-ish collection, but they have a Temple Garden. More power to them. All right, we got 4 mana. But Finebroker doesn't get anything back yet. So let's get our Sapherd down. We don't want to play the Reaper yet. It pumps the Knight of Grace. It would make the Knight of Grace into a 3/2 for striker because of the ability. Plus, if it's going to get killed by a Hieromancer's Cage or some removal, we would rather put some bait out there first. Opponent, 3 mana, draw an extra card. Drawing extra cards is good, but it comes with a cost. You don't get to improve your board state. You don't get to add more creatures or planeswalkers or, you know, permanents to the board. So our opponent's going to be keeping up on cards in hand, but falling behind in cards on battlefield. I think we'll put out the Reaper, and then we'll attack with the Sapherd, and if the opponent blocks, we get to draw a card because the Sapherd dies. And we really want that card. We want to get up to 5 mana. Then we have Menagerie, Tendershoot Dryad, fun things like that. And that's not a land. Vicious Offering, removal spell we might get to use later. And there is a Beast Whisperer. Well, that is a creature that is likely to be worth killing. But I don't have anything I really want to sacrifice right now, and we're still not drawing land. I guess I can sacrifice this token. Do I have anything to do with my other 2 mana? No. So it's a very inefficient turn that I would be giving up to take out a Beast Whisperer to keep my opponent from having more value. But we have all kinds of stuff in our hand. Yeah, I think I'm best off just starting to build up my archers on the board and starting to build a nice wide Galta-ish board and letting my opponent draw some extra cards. We both have a lot of cards to go. And I think I can build the more, I don't know what you would call it. If we're both big creatures staring at each other, I think the Poison Tip Archers give me an advantage, and so does Galta and Tendershoot Dryad. I don't want to play my Fine Broker until I'm getting back something huge of that nature. Here's a second Knight of Grace, so value. First Strike is a pain in the butt. Death Touch doesn't get through that. And a Planeswalker, a Johnny. Which does put it on us to find a way to attack eventually. If a Johnny ultimates, that's really nasty. Are you attacking me? Let's find out. No. Well, the Vraska's Contempt off the top. That is fortunate. We can take the Johnny out forever. And I'm not going to mess around and wait. I think that's pretty solidly the right play, besides continuing to build the board, because a Johnny can keep accruing a bigger and bigger board presence every turn. Pegasus Courser gives our opponent some opportunities to attack in the air, but we still have Poison Tip Archers, which have reach. Beast Whisperer continuing to draw cards. Opponent looking at my permanents. Yeah. Take 1 block. And Poison Tip Archer will hit a drain and a gain. Well, it finally hit a land, but it's tapped. It's very awkward. Play out the other archers. Yep. The Beast Whisperer getting all kinds of value for my opponent, but they're able to actually deploy the cards they're picking up in their hand because they're picking up way more mana sources than us. So my prediction about getting a little bit mana screwed coming absolutely true here in our first game. Okay, here they come. Let's block up in front of one of them. Yeah. It's fine. I was just deciding whether or not you want to put the Reaper option in there, but I think I do. Whenever a creature dies, the opponent loses 1 life. We're gonna hope to make that a big deal. I don't know if we'll be able to. There's a land. Now that Knight of Grace falls. That's 2 more points of damage. It's getting pretty funky in here. I can drain for 4 with a Vicious Offering, for example. They have a Convoke card on top of all of this. Things have gone so well for them, it's frustrating to imagine. But I suppose we could go back in time and I could have killed the Beast Whisperer. How much would that have changed everything? It's a good question, especially considering that the Vicious Offering's still here. Yeah, why not? Just, you know, great draws on great draws. Well, I drew something. Play a Find Broker, get back a Sap Herd. That's not great. We can play a Tender Shoot Dryad. We don't have any removal. This can grant flying. But they all are pretty small creatures in the scheme. It's just, a land short. It feels like this whole game has been that way. Just, am I dead? If this game's flying, we can block it, and we take 1, 2, 3, 4. No, shouldn't be dead. Shouldn't be dead. So we'll go with this. If this Menagerie or a land, though, I'm definitely max punished for my deck building decisions. Gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of creatures you control, and your creatures get +1/+1. I can't watch anymore. I can't watch anymore. Oh my. I can't. No. No. Make it stop. All right, let's take those out. Let's lands in and go to work. Deck builder knows best. Deck builder knows best. Next up, let's try to reverse the fortunes. Oh my god. And I just added all those guild gates. Can't take the risk of keeping that hand without a green source when most of the cards are green. We don't really need another 2-drop. We got plenty of that going on here. And then we got 2 tap lands in a row. Just for the rubbing of it in. But hey. It is what it is. Oh goody. Vampires. Just what we needed. Well, we drew the untap land, so that's good. Glad we scried to the bottom so that we could play this on time and possibly hold off this Sky March or Aspirant a little bit. Okay. I think what I'll... I could hold up this Vicious Offering if my opponent plays a Maverick Fane or a Legion Lieutenant, and I think I will, because that would be pretty nasty. Martyr of Dusk, huh? Okay. Another Aspirant. Who wants to attack? Alright. I will blow up one of these before they start flying over me and kicking my butt. And then we'll play another land and get out the Sap Herd. So if the opponent wants to flip their Legion's landing, they've got to walk into some creatures. And I'm going to start attacking them. Maybe they'll take some trades. This is a matchup where Fungal Infection is very useful. Ew. Yep, they've had a good curve. They've got a good board presence. They still have 2 cards in hand, so do we. It's about even, but obviously they have a bit more inevitability now that Legion's Landing flips and they can make a creature every turn if they want to. But at least I get to take out their flyer, which would have also been a big problem over time. We'll attack for 2 and create a pair of tokens. That's because we have the, holding them back on defense is important when we have 2 more. We got Cast Down, we've got Vraska's Contempt. We need to draw a few stronger threats. Some good stuff. Okay. Yeah, for a token? That doesn't seem very smart. When you have a 4-mana super removal spell like Ixalan's Binding that can take out anything, using that on a token, that's a really bad use of your resources. There's nothing wrong with waiting, much as I am with this Vraska's Contempt. Alright, I'm going to block the 1/1. This one just replaces itself after it dies, so I may exile it someday with the Contempt, and it doesn't have lifelink. Ooh. Twilight Prophet's a good card. The fact that my opponent did use that Ixalan's Binding makes me think that they have another, but I still feel like I have to try. Otherwise, I'm just not doing much with my turn. So I think they have another Ixalan's Binding or another removal spell, or they wouldn't bind a token. But we've got to put them to the test. There you go. Still, we're in this awkward race. Our opponent can make 1/1s, which is good, but they don't have a lot of lifelink going at this moment. We'll play our Deathbloom Thallid. Now when my creature dies, something happens to my creature too. Isn't that nice? Alright. So here come the 1/1s. Yeah, I'm not blocking. My opponent really likes being aggressive in kind of a almost bizarre way. Do I attack with these? Do I want to trade them for the 1/1 lifelinks? Well, the 1/1 lifelinks will turn around and attack. So, yeah. We have to just keep moving in on them. And that's not good. Definitely means our opponent is grinding us down with the first fort, but that's just the way it is. Legion Lieutenant is here. Now they're making 2/2s. Of course we can kill the Lieutenant, but they don't know that yet. Alright. Alright, let's cast down the Lieutenant. So we take a little less damage. We could have tried to trick our opponent into blocking the Deathbloom Thallid with the 1/1, but I don't think that that's a very likely thing to happen. We will hold this back now, though. Does our opponent want to prevent 3 damage and gain 1? Nope. Not right now. Midnight Reaper is a good draw if it lives. Queen's Commission will make more tokens. Here they come. So many of them. Still loving their aggression. I think it's time to trade one of my tokens, though, for them to make the Martyr stop being a 2/1, so that I have 2 blockers for all the 1/1s. The time has come, and I'm still holding on to this for something very important, such as, say, a Sanctum Seeker. Oh boy, combo assembled. Combo assembled. Thallid Omnivore can eat other creatures and draw cards with Midnight Reaper. You can sacrifice another creature to gain 2 life and get bigger. Pretty sweet. It can't really break through as long as more and more 1/1s are coming out, but we can start getting some real card advantage. Let's go ahead and sacrifice the Deathbloom here. Gain 2 life, pay 1 life, draw a card. As long as we draw creatures, things will go great. Never mind. This is a non-token creature, so I need something else to sacrifice. Alright. So the opponent's going to take out the Midnight Reaper. Let's see if this leads to an attack. We're going to let the Bishop exile the Reaper. And then we're going to contempt it to get it back, but the opponent doesn't know that yet, and they might decide to attack because they see I have less blockers. But then they'll be surprised when I gain another blocker. Here they come. So before blockers, we'll use the Vraska's Contempt, exile the Bishop of Binding, get back our Midnight Reaper, and let's do some blocking. We could also sacrifice our Saproling for 2 life, but I like killing another token instead. We wouldn't actually get to sacrifice it and kill the token. Well, we drew another creature. I guess I really want to keep my Omnivores. It's just frustrating because I'd rather draw something I can sacrifice. Oh my. How lucky can you get? So do these vampires want to attack me? I think it would be throwing away the vampires, but the opponent doesn't care. They're just too strong. All right, let's block like that. We'll take some damage. We'll go to 3. I'll say my turn. And yay! That's a card we needed. Slimefoot the Stowaway. Now, whenever a Saproling dies, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and I gain life. And for 4 mana, I can make a Saproling. And then these can sacrifice them. So this is about to get interesting. Let's see what our opponent searches up with this Forerunner of the Legion, as they drew another great card for this spot. A tutor that lets them get exactly what they want. You just gotta love it. I draw a great card, they draw a great card. And Sanctum Seeker is very potentially lethal and very scary, but it's on top of the deck right now. It'll have to wait till next turn. Can we somehow set up a board to survive it? Will our opponent attack us? No. And let's go ahead and crank this out. For 4 mana, make a 1/1. Opponent is being all fidgety. What is going on? Hey! It's a pretty good draw, too. Hello, Galta. Come and get it. Told you Galta would be fun in this deck. So there's 5 vampires. We can definitely stay alive. We can sacrifice a Saproling and the Midnight Reaper and go up to 7. And then block. Have many blocks. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a tough one. Because that made an extra vampire. But we'll see. We'll see. We're going to have to sacrifice a certain number of things before the blockers. And then when the blocks happen, I don't think we can live. I think this one's going to get away from us. We can try to draw. I think we use the Cast Down and the Contempt. I guess we could try to draw another Vicious Offering. I think there's one more in the deck. Let's see what happens. Yeah, okay, go ahead, do something in response. Target the Sanctum Seeker if you're smart and you want to play around Vicious Offering. No, that's not Vicious Offering at all. Alright, another death, another tragedy. Hard to beat that draw, though. Our opponent, once we got to that mid-game, top-decking like an absolute phenom. But that's okay. So all we gotta do is knock off quests, and we're almost there on this black-green one. Don't always win when you're playing these situations, but you're always making progress on quests, so you can take enjoyment from that. I also don't think this is a very good build of the deck. I think that you can all do better. It's possible even the pre-con had more payoffs. I don't think I have enough payoffs on the top end to reward me for my sapperling shenanigans. There is a Legion's Landing. All right. More vampires. Well, I'm already sick of this. We got beaten by the Legion's Landing last time. It's one of those rares that I usually don't craft till very late in the process too, so it's kind of frustrating to keep getting beat by Legion's Landing. Low Spore Shaman, do I want another land? I'm actually going to decline, and it sucks to throw away one of my good cards. Yeah, I'm blocking all day. All right, well that's at least something useful if we go wide enough. So let's get out of Sap Herd so we have more blockers if our opponent throws away their creatures for their Legion's Landing. And the flyers are concerning. All right, more blocks. Cast down. Well, that can take out like one of our opponent's better vampires if they find their Sanctum Seeker or something of that nature. I think we can start attacking here. Let's find out. Gotta start somewhere. My god. I guess I just take it because I don't want Elenda to get bigger and I can cast it down. And next turn I can make a whole bunch of Sapperlings. The opponent's not going to block here. And shoot it. Oh, legendary. Balls. Yeah, I guess we'll just get a flyer into the air. Our opponent might kill it if they have a removal. Radiant Destiny. Another good rare for the deck. I mean, I'll block. This may die and make 2 more vampires, but we gotta get it off the board before worse things happen. Alright, we'll kick this, and that'll give us City's Blessing. And, no attacks. We'll chill. Let's fight. I'm gonna hope the Twilight Prophet can start getting me ahead with the awesome ability that it has of getting to basically draw an extra card and drain the opponent with it. Wow. I mean... The opponent has the Duskborn Sky Marcher, which obviously they're counting on to kill a thing. They could also have Pride of the Conquerors, which I can't really beat. So I'm going to play as if they don't have something like that. If they are that fortunate, I'm not going to pretend like I should win the game. Alright, they just like throwing vampires at me. That's just who they are. Ooh boy. Slimefoot's here, some extra card, some extra value. Play this, pass turn. I mean, the opponents basically kept throwing vampires at me and they don't have many left. To be totally real with you. They don't have many left, and now I'm the one making more dorks and drawing extra cards. It's not good for them. That's a bit too many land. But I'm not attacking either. There might be a draw of a Seal Away or some shenanigans. More Radiant Destiny. Sounds fun. We'll just go, you know, toe to toe. You make a thing, I'll make a thing. You want to attack me too? Yeah, they don't stop coming. It's not a good attack, I don't think, but it's not up to me. So we are going to gain a life and deal the damage to the opponent for each sapperling that dies this way. The opponent gains 3 life, of course, for each vampire. I'm still holding the cast down for a more relevant vampire. I'm trying to take my time about it. This is a big draw. And we'll pass the turn. I could be doing some attacking in the air, but I'm not eager. Just not eager. Taking my time. What beats you is, you know, like, you gotta kill Legion's Lieutenants. You gotta kill Sanctum Seekers. Those are the cards that beat you, as we saw in the last game. So I really do want to hold these for as long as possible to just focus on a few key vampires from the opponent. Yeah, that's enough land. Never mind. I guess we'll play untapped land so we can make more sapperlings and have cast down open. Something I missed earlier in the game when I played a tap land when I shouldn't have. Yep. Keep going. Hey, we got an attacker. Doesn't have lifelink. So it's a very free block, but if I block with enough things, I can force my opponent to also pay 4 and drain them for 4. But then we might be falling behind on the board. I think I can do it though. I have to do 4 because of the Sky Marcher. At 3 I might have done it. At 4 that's a bit much. Because we can't keep very well. That's only like 1 behind what we're generating for now, and we're almost to the point where we're generating 3 a turn. But at 4, we're falling too far behind. Slimefoot doing all the work here today, along with Twilight Prophet, trying to get me into this game. Doom Dissenter, Vicious Offering. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll play the tap land. Queen's Commission. They keep on coming. The hits just keep on coming. All right, let's set up a nasty block. We have to remember to set it for 1 more than we need because of the Sky Marcher. So we'll do 4 blockers. Our opponent is going to use Sky Marcher to pump this, then they're going to pay 4 life to use the Vanguard. Then we're going to respond with Vicious Offering, sacrificing our Doomed Dissenter. Vicious Offering's -5 ability can and will kill the Vanguard despite Indestructible. Yep, that's fine. Let's see if there's also a pump here from the Sky Marcher. No, it's not required. Alright, so sacrifice, here's target creature, here's what we're kicking it with. I wonder what the path is to eventual victory here. Obviously, if we make enough of these so that we get too much drain and gain, that's pretty strong. And I could, as you know, I could kill this and start attacking with the Twilight Prophet, but it's not like that's a great line to victory. The opponent just starts attacking with these, gaining a ton of life. So they can counter-race us on that front anytime they really want to. And I'm going to keep passing. I'm going to sit back on this removal spell, this Slimefoot, and keep building an Ultra Mega board and getting through our deck. Still anybody's game, though, if they draw the right breaker. Oh, it's like that, is it? All right. right. One. Nope. Over there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Blocking is hard in this game, just the way it is. Gotta go kind of fast. And then I don't have any other blocks I really want to do. Not with this thing able to pump. And it looks like I'm taking 9, and I'm going to gain a bunch back, so it's fine. Again, a card like Pride of the Conquerors is a very strong blowout potential, but what can you do? Opponent doesn't use the Sky Marcher. I find that pretty surprising. Anyway. Go, Slimy, go. Thank you, Slimy. I needed that. I needed all this life buff. And it keeps us right in the game. There's a Vicious Offering. And a Death Bloom Valid. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll play the untapped land. And say go. There's our opponent's Twilight Prophet. That is a good cast down target. Alright, so pre-attacks, this thing is getting annoying even though our opponent doesn't quite seem to see how to use it. I guess I'll see what they do. I'll see what they do. Okay. So before blocks, let's make some dorks. Two, 3, and we need 4 because of the Sky Marcher. And then I'll block over here. When Sky Marcher pumps itself, I'll kill it. And I'll sacrifice this one. All right, let's go for that. See if the opponent sees how to use their Sky Marcher. It doesn't look like it. Nope. All right, cool. Still playing this game. Let's shoot that down. Away with you. Draw me those extra lands, because that's what I draw. What's in the graveyard? Midnight Reaper. That's what I pretty much need here. Although, it does say non-token creature. That's not exactly great. It's possible I should just hang on to the Fine Broker and make sure that my Twilight Prophet never dies. It's not like that's a great graveyard or anything. And for 4 mana, I can make another dork. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2. So we want to play this. And we will say go. Just keep whittling it down. The stalemate continues. Opponent found another Twilight Prophet. That's very good. That's very, very good. They have the city's blessing, and there's nothing I can do about it. It never leaves, even if we whittle them down again. Yeah, they just don't stop, do they? Very persistent opponent. Alrighty, let's see if the opponent knows how to use the Sky Marcher this time. No, they still don't appear to. Last chance. The Sky Marcher could be buffing the creatures after blocks and really making things very hard, but they continue to not do it. Alright, 1 toughness too many over here, by the way, for my for anything to happen. I could attack with the tokens and hope my opponent blocks, but that seems far too optimistic. Alright, let's reload. I think what I have to do is ambush block the Prophet with my Prophet, and then use the Vicious Offering if and when it attacks. It's a lot of critters. My opponent reloaded too. And they have another landing. It's just a 1/1. Well, you know, it's a 1-mana 3/3 lifelink. That's pretty good. Alrighty. Sacrifice a creature. Minus stuff. Submit. That's a pretty big play, getting that Twilight Prophet off the board while keeping my own. Duskborn won't save it, but our opponent just figured out how to use it. -5 makes it an 0/2, means the Twilight Prophet gets to eat it. Nom. And there we go. Come on, keep the cards coming. I needs them. Alright, let's get him for 2. Because why not? Let's see. We can make a lot of dorks. Is that better than playing these? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, just make 3 more dorks, drain the opponent. Still not something I particularly want to get back. Although I guess getting back Midnight Reaper here does draw a lot of cards. Let's do it. We do have more creatures to put in front now that will draw cards. And yeah, we'll play these out so that the Reaper can get its fill. Come at me. What a game. We got ourselves into a tussle. I meant to keep these shorter than this, but alas, after getting pretty much smashed for a few games, now we got a war. Yep, flip it. Before blockers, let's make Dork. And then let's get our blockers going. Alright. Fine Broker, you can take on one of these. I definitely want like my elves and my Doom Dissenters to die. I want those cards. Now, who else needs to block? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's fine, I'm at 35. So, I guess we could jumble up and take out yet another vampire. Just to keep them off the board. Where are we at? 24 cards. This could, in a ridiculous manner, come down to decking. Alright, our opponent still figuring out that mighty Sky Marcher, but it can definitely be a much bigger pain in the butt if the opponent uses it well than it has been thus far. Here come the triggers. Oh my god. Bang, 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 bang. And I draw more cards. Yay. Now we're doing it. Good job, opponent. You went out and got all the Legion's landings. Good cards. Definitely worth it. If you're into the vamps. Definitely want to play out our human, or our non-token creatures, I should say. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Keep getting them. I don't know how I'm supposed to end this, but I'll keep trying. Our opponent drawing as many lands as we have would be a great start. Of course, we're a lot deeper in our deck. It makes sense. Yeah, they just don't stop. And they can't stop. And they won't stop. But we've sort of got the combo assembled. Midnight Reapers, Slimefoot the Stowaway. We just need a Thallid Omnivore. And then we can gain a ton of life and draw what's left of our deck and probably still die. It'll be great, but we're going to keep fighting. Now, opponent giving away before blocks what they want to pump. All right. I mean, that's on you. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's fine. You only want to block when we can trade them. Little by little, my army will rebuild. Yours, you still have to draw off the top. And yes, your deck is designed for it, but that doesn't mean you can do it every turn for free. My goodness. Is that all the land in the deck yet? Getting there. Let's make some dorks. Ta-da! Things just got nastier. Duskborn, this does say target attacking vampire. It can pump itself. Okay. I think our opponent only missed that about 5 times. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can definitely put these O1s in front of some things to gain some life. We want to definitely put up this so when it dies we can draw a card. And it should have 2 little buddies. And then this same story with 1 buddy. And then there's 1 left. Can I take that damage? Yeah, I can take that damage. Opponent's definitely pulling away with a good series of draws. Can we get back in it? A Tendershoot Dryad would really help. Oh, there's our first poison tip archer. We have 3, remember? And there's Galta. All right. Better late than never, I suppose, everybody. Your move. Galta's big enough to eat some vampires. Galta always hungry. Will eat just about anything. All right. I have reach. I can block it. Ta-da! Wait, what? Wait, huh? And now your flyer's gone. Now we just have to come all the way back with very few cards in deck. Oh my goodness. It's happening. We found the good stuff. It's all coming at once. Create a 6/6. There's our 6/6. Oh yeah. Rah! Now my team's bigger too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, untapped land. Gotta make sure it's a divisible of 4, so that we can make as many little dorks as possible. Game really could come down to that. And I don't want anybody else in this, I don't think. But let's get busy. 11 cards to go. Hold on to your butts. Yep, you made another 4/4. You want to come at me now? Oh my god. Props to this player. They play one way. I don't want to deck, so it's time to trade away the Midnight Reaper. But we still need a Thallid Omnivore, then we can cut Lifelink off for good. So that and that, I guess. Or no, we definitely need the Reaper to die. So let's just chump with the Reaper and be done with it. Then everybody else can eat some vampires if they're so willing. If my opponent had just built their board and not attacked all in on every single combat step, eventually I think they would have reached a spot where I couldn't block anymore. Alright, so I've got a chump here somewhere. I don't have to get rid of my Reaper. I can go like this. There you go. Those are good blocks. Our opponent can gain a ton of life, but we're going to turn around and smash their face. Because they're down to just 2 vampires after all of this. Here comes the Slimefoot triggers. Keeping me in it for so long. The demon gets to eat something. Demon has to eat, or it'll end up on the street. These clerics are nom. There's a poison tip archer. Oof, 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 oof. All right. Anything with greater than 4 can attack, but that's just you, because you fly. And then we could attack with these, but it just gives our opponent a bunch of lifelink. So we'll just go with these for right now. And our opponent's going to take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We can play Guildgate. Where'd all your dudes go? Where's your creatures? Now that's the top decks I'm looking for. So, no? Not attacking? Not enough? Alright, we're about to see how our opponent likes it. Yeah, there is one more cleric. There it is. Card. So I could try to add this up. Let's not. Let's see how you like figuring out blocking. All right, so now we will eat the creatures that we're going to hit the life linkers. So where's my omnivore here? Yep, yes. So you were going to touch a life linker, so you get eaten. And let's crank a few more. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3. Yep, that'll do. And let's sacrifice you so that lifelink doesn't help you out either. And this is fine. All right, we don't want to sacrifice it because it would unpump all the saprolings. And let's see how much damage we've done. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. In the battle of going wide. How many of you would have counted me out in that one? All right, well, thank you. 1,000 G's, that's what that's worth. 1,000 G's as we completed our casting spells quest right there, along with another 250, and we get a core pack. We'll save that for the Friday opening when we crack our packs and craft some cards. I hope you enjoyed this absolutely wild free-to-play video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.